Hello, darling. And how are you doing today? Yes. Well, I can see that you look terrible. But don't worry. I'm here to help you. I have reviewed your case file, actually, and I just wanted to physically examine you in person. Yes, well, it was quite astonishing because, you see, everything is wrong with you, I'm afraid. I know. I'm terribly sorry to have given you the bad news. But somehow you're not dying, so there is some good news there. I will just finish off writing some notes for today's session on what I'd like to discuss further. Right. Yes, it's always better to be organised. So, I'm going to give you a physical examination, and then we're going to talk more on the mental side of things. Okay, fantastic. No, darling, this is not a butcher's apron. Oh, well, I can assure you there is nothing to be afraid of. Yes, I know the glasses are pretty big, but the bigger they are, the more I can see. So, first thing I should like to do is actually check your heart rate, because it says here that it is terribly irregular. So I'd just like to check that. Yes. Very weak, I'm afraid. But try not to worry too much, as it will only make things worse. Okay. Well, the next thing I should like to do is have a look into your eyes. Okay, now, I know it's difficult. You do seem rather fidgety today. Having some anxieties. Yes. Well, I suppose that's to be expected when somebody tells you that you have everything wrong with you. Yes, and I can visually see there's a lot going on there as well. Bless you. Don't worry. So, I just want you to stare at the wall behind me, the butterfly, perhaps. Rather pretty thing to look at. Okay. Just stare straight ahead at the butterfly. Yes, well, if you stare too long, you might imagine it flying away. Okay. That's good so far. Gosh. Yes. It appears that your eyes are terribly enlarged. There's not a lot I can do about that, I'm afraid. Well, we could always remove them, but I'd rather not. That's only in extreme cases. Yes, well, at least we can tick that off the list. Now, I just want to check the movement of your eyes. They are terribly swollen, but I'm curious to see if you can still move them at all. So just look up for me. Up. Oh, you're trying. Okay. That's not very good, is it? And try to look down. No, not a lot going on there. Just try to look in any direction other than straight ahead. Okay. Well, that must put a terrible strain on your neck, having to turn your head like that all the time. Poor you. Okay. And is your vision blurry constantly? Sometimes. Huh. Well, there is some light at the end of the tunnel then, so to speak. You want to see my credentials? I don't think there's any need for that. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. You are rather interesting to me, though. I've never met a person with everything wrong. Quite the challenge. But we'll see how we get on. So, I'm just going to check behind your eyes now. I suppose you better carry on staring straight ahead. I will move around you. Okay. You appear to have some liquid behind your eye there. Does it feel heavy when you move? Like having a fish in a fishbowl. Okay. Yes. Let's have a look at your other eye. Okay. Yes, it's pretty much the same. They do look pretty awful. I'm very sorry about that. You probably get made fun of, right? Okay. Maybe a pair of glasses will help. No, not for reading. The blackout kind, so people can't see them. Okay, well, since we've done that, now we should probably check your breathing. Yes, your wheezing is very distracting. Do you exercise much? You do? Right, due to the anxiety, I imagine. Can't keep still. That would explain the severe fidgeting. Yes. Okay. Right then. We better have a look and listen. Okay. And I want you to breathe through your nose and out through your mouth. Maybe do it with me. It's a rather simple request, but you don't seem to be grasping it. So, in through the nose. 1, 2, 3. Out through the mouth. It sounds as though you have a lung collapse. It's quite a miracle you're breathing at all, really. That must be terribly painful for you. Like breathing in sawdust. Okay. Right. That's that. I'm just going to note down my findings really quickly. Eyes are enormously enlarged, practically bulging out the head. Some watery liquid trapped behind the retina. Unable to move without turning head. I suppose we better prescribe you some pain medication for your neck, or that turning of the head. Right. Lung collapse potentially. an absolute miracle you're breathing at all. Very interesting indeed. Okay, right. We should probably look at your skin. It's looking very irritated, very angry. Yes. Another thing that is very sensitive to talk about. Yes. Well, don't worry too much because there are quite a lot of people that suffer with skin problems. I believe it's what's inside that counts, but sadly in your case, I think you are quite poorly inside as well as outside. But normally, it's what makes the person who they are that's beautiful. Yes. Well, we better have a look anyway and see if there's anything that I can do for you. Okay. Now, just keep your head still. Yes, if it's painful to move, then don't. Okay. Does it hurt when I press on your cheek? How about now? Well, I'm sorry about that. It's just useful to me to know what hurts the most. Well, your chin's not looking too bad. It's more in the cheek area. Do you find yourself overheating a lot? Very sensitive to weather change? Okay, I see. Right. I think there might be something I can prescribe for you. Yes, I can't guarantee that it will work, but it's always worth a try. Your case is quite severe. As to be expected when everything is wrong with you. Yes, I suppose we'll just have to hope that the medication works and that overall you should start to feel better. Yes, it is quite remarkable work that we do here. Okay, so the next thing to do would be to just check your hearing. You do look rather confused. I can't tell if it's because you don't understand or you can't hear very well. Right. So, I'm just going to cover your ears one at a time, and I'm going to click my fingers. And I want you to signal to me which is louder. Okay. I think there's some slight irregularity because of the way your head is tilted, that you're compensating for having poor hearing in one ear. Okay, so and now the other one. And which do you think was louder? Yes, it's as I thought. Right. Okay. I'm just going to try and move your head slightly. Did that hurt too much? Okay. Does that hurt? Yes. You must have a very sore neck. Right then. Now we'll move on to the mental health part of this assessment. First, I want to ask you, do you have many worries in life? besides everything that's wrong with you? Do you enjoy your job? Oh. Yes. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Don't let it get you down too much. Just combat one thing at a time. Yes, first we need to get you better, don't we? Do you have many friends? Just a couple? Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it's better to have few friends, but very good ones and very close ones. Me, well, I'm very dedicated to my work. Do you see your friends often? From time to time, but you keep in contact online and things? Good. That's good. I hope they'll be a great support to you. So tell me, when did all your symptoms arise? A few years ago. Was there anything in particular that might have triggered it? Oh, a terrible rash. Okay, do you have any allergies? Pretty much everything. Right. Yes, that's quite a lot to work with. But it flares up now and again. You must have a constant allergy. Dust, bees, grass, even just sometimes the temperature change. Right? That must be terribly frustrating. Well, we do offer counsellors here if you do wish to talk to somebody ongoing about your problems. I'm also happy to chat to you again if you'd like. Yes, I'm happy to make this a regular thing. We must treat your physical ailments first, however, and then you might see a change in your mental health. So, what is your diet like? Have you been eating well? Not too much sugar, I hope. Well, it's okay once in a while, I suppose. Yes. Well, you see, if you have too much, it doesn't really help the skin. Yes. Yes, I can hear that you're really struggling to breathe. One moment. Please open your mouth. And just a bit wider for me. I think we will sort that first. It's no good if you can't verbally communicate very well. It must get you down a lot, walking around as you are. Do you suffer with joint pain? Yes. Yes, that's terrible. Especially for your age. How old are you? Yes, right. Yes, that's not very good, is it? Okay. Well, I think we'll start by prescribing you with some antibiotics to help your throat. It will also help clear your lungs as well. And help your hearing. You see, the nose, throat, and ears are all connected. So hopefully that's 3 birds with 1 stone taken care of. Yes, For your eyes, I suggest going to see an optometrist. I will prescribe you something for the liquids in the back of your eyes. I'm just going to warn you, the list is going to be long, but don't let it overwhelm you. I will write strict instructions when to take the medication and for how long. I would probably estimate you will be on some of them for about a year. Yes, it's not too bad, is it, considering how much is wrong with you? In regards to your hip, well, that's a whole other ball game, I'm afraid. I can prescribe something for the pain for now, but I will have to refer you. I recommend lots of rest when you take this medication. Might make you feel a bit spaced out. Yes. And where is that? Let me see. Ooh, yes. Gosh, that's terrible. Look how big it is. Ooh, poor thing. Right. I'll prescribe something to help your blood flow as well. And do you have any more rashes? Have you noticed a change in the colour? Okay. Right. Is there anything else that's bothering you apart from all of this? That's very optimistic of you. It's good to keep that mindset. Well, your first tablet is the first step on the way to recovery. I think I would like to see you again. Yes, we will have a few follow-up appointments to check your progress. I want to keep a close eye on you. I'll be very interested to see how you fare with the course of treatment. The side effects, well, to be honest, I wouldn't worry about those. They can't be worse than how you're feeling already. They can only make you better, hopefully. Well, your next appointment, I should actually like to see you next week. Yes, if you wouldn't mind. Yes, you don't have a lot going on, do you? Well, that's good. Then you can make the appointment. Great. I will forward the details to the receptionist, and when you leave, she shall pass you your note for prescription. They should be all ready for you. We're quite prompt here, especially in your case. Bit of an emergency. Right, well, thank you so much for coming, and this has been very interesting for me. It's not often I get to meet somebody who, as I say, has everything wrong with them. I would shake your hand, but I think we'll leave it till next time if you start to feel better. Okay. I will see you next week. Goodbye.